about university. I know a lot of you have got into university recently. Congrats, well done. I have just recently finished university, graduated, and I've kind of been reflecting a lot on what I've kind of experienced from university and what I wish I knew. Thought I'd compile that all into a kind of video for you guys. So for you guys who are heading off, can maybe watch this and get a few tips, and it's a way for me to just kind of reflect on what I've learned and kind of, yeah. So my first tip is to make sure that you actually attend lectures. I don't say attend all of them because not everyone can attend all lectures, but I would say make sure that you're on time to your lectures and that you attend at least maybe 80% of them for that term. There is vital information in lectures that you won't get from the lecture notes. If you're not there, or if you're late, then there's a lot of it that you've missed out. I can't tell you how late I used to be to my lectures and how much I didn't show up for it. But don't do what I did. I wish I went to my lectures, and they do come in handy. My next tip is to socialise. So I know some of you going to university might be a bit apprehensive, a bit nervous, a bit shy. I was so nervous, I thought people wouldn't like me, I thought they'd think I was weird. You're not gonna know unless you go for it, so just go for it, talk to people, socialise, get to know them, say hi, my name's this, how are you, and just kind of get to know people. You'll find someone who's like-minded just like you and you'll make friends. And if you are really shy, it's always good to join like societies or clubs, because there you'll kind of find people with kind of similar interests as you. Now, moving on to going out, I would say that yes, by all means, go out, have fun, party, go drinking, socialise, don't drink too much. It's part of the experience to go out and to meet new people and to have fun and to dance the night away. I would say don't do what I did. In my second year, I went out literally every week and I kind of exhausted myself out, bored myself to death, and missed out on a lot of schoolwork. I would say know your limit when it comes to going out, know when to stop, know when to give it a break. Second year is when work starts to get a bit more serious, so I'd say probably don't go out as much, but just kind of judge it and play it by ear for yourself. Know when you've got coursework to do and know when it's time to go out and when it's time to stay in and do your research or work on your essay or do some revision. Know when it's time to kind of stop and kind of pull the reins back a bit on the partying and slow down. Also, when it comes to going out, I would say make sure that if you are going to clubs, stay in groups, be safe, don't just kind of go off with anyone, because people you meet in clubs, not to put down on it, but some of them can be a bit shady. You don't know who they are, that you're meeting them for the first time, so just be careful about what you're doing, let your friends know, and just be safe. My next tip would be to call mom and dad, call home, call your boyfriend, call your girlfriend, call someone from your old life, who might be missing you, because so many people, they leave uni and they kind of forget about that previous life. So your parents want to hear from you, your boyfriend wants to hear from you, your friends from back home want to hear from you. Let them know how you're doing, give them a call. And maybe you're homesick, maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to go home, but then just give them a call, talk to them, and maybe they can reassure you and help you feel a bit more happier about what you're doing. Back to the topic of a night out. If you are going to be drinking, I would recommend eating something just so you can line your stomach. Carbs are the best thing I found when going on a night out. If you are going to be drinking loads, which I don't recommend, but if you are going to be drinking loads, line your stomach with some food. Don't do on an empty stomach, because that only ends in tears and a whole lot of vomit. So just be mindful about when you're going out, when you're going to be drinking loads. Just make sure that you're smart about it. On the topic of drinking, a lot of people who go to university think that everyone has to kind of drink when they're going out, or in social gatherings everyone has to have a drink, or you have to drink alcohol. That's not the case. If you don't want to drink and you don't feel like you want to have any alcohol, you don't have to. That's fine. I know a lot of people can feel pressured into drinking, because you see your friends doing it and it looks fun, or they're telling you have a drink, have a little sip. But if you're not comfortable with doing it, and if you don't want to do it, then you don't have to drink. It doesn't make you any less cooler, it doesn't make you weird, it just makes you a human being, and it makes you comfortable in your own skin and confident as well. This one is for you third years, anyone who is going into third year, or for you freshers who are feeling really scared about your dissertation. I'm not gonna lie to you, a dissertation is a crazy piece of crap. It literally just drives anyone to insanity. It is probably the hardest part of your whole university life and experience, but it also teaches you so much about yourself, and you learn so much, and I think it's a good learning curve. In saying that, I would say when doing a dissertation, make sure that you start early. I know like lecturers tell you, and you think that, oh, they're just telling me that because they have to and they're being all authoritative, but no, they I don't know why I just did that voice. No, they're just doing it to help you out, to make it a little easier for you. I wish I started my dissertation earlier. I actually started my dissertation, I think, like really started it a month before it was due, but I picked up afterwards anyway, so it's fine. But just make sure you start early, get your research early, keep giving it to your dissertation supervisor to mark and to give you feedback, and just keep working hard at it, you know, because if the earlier you do it, the less stress you'll be later on, because in kind of the end of term, in summer term, you're going to have exams to contend with as well, so you're going to have that to worry about, and doing a dissertation and revising, so just kind of get it done early. My next tip is to learn to budget. Everybody knows that university students are poor as hell, especially if you go to uni in London. It's ridiculously expensive. Every month make a budget, what you're going to need money for. So set aside money for travel, set aside money for university essentials or supplies, set aside money for food, your lunch, your breakfast if you're living out, and then set aside money for going out and drinks and alcohol and that kind of thing, and just learn to budget yourself. At first it'll be quite difficult to stick to. I did find it quite hard, but as you go along and as you progress through the years, you kind of start to pick up and develop a pattern, and you kind of start to learn and realise how to kind of budget your money. And I think going to university is definitely good for that, because you definitely learn how to budget. Not everyone is going to have the money to be able to budget, so sometimes it's good to kind of, if you can manage it, and only if you can manage it, get a part-time job, which will help kind of give you that extra money, that extra income to help you, especially if you're living out, to help you with the bills and the rent and your food. Part-time job will help you out in that way. When I was at uni, I actually had 2 part-time jobs. I probably wouldn't recommend having 2 jobs unless you can manage it, but a part-time job is definitely fine if you can go back on holidays, Christmas, Easter, summer holidays, and go and work at that job. That's great, and you'll have lots of income coming in, and you'll have lots spare if you save it left over for when you go back to uni. But on a more serious note now, there's no doubt about it that university students and students in general do suffer from mental health. Not all, but a lot of students I've known, you know, it's in the news, they do suffer from mental health because there is a lot of pressure put on them by society, by the university, by lecturers, you know, by family members, friends, to do well, and you put that pressure on yourself and you try to work really hard to achieve your absolute best. Sometimes it's not always possible, and sometimes working really hard and putting that pressure on yourself and putting that strain on yourself can get to you, and it can manifest in all kinds of ways, in depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all kinds of things. I myself dealt with anxiety while at university. You know, it wasn't easy. The stress did get to me, especially with having 2 part-time jobs and then trying to manage university as well. The stress really got to me. But the one tip that I do tell you guys is to talk to someone, speak up, don't keep it inside. Let someone know how you're feeling. It could be your best friend, it could be your lecturer, it could be your mum, your dad, it could be your flatmate. Just speak to someone, it doesn't matter who. Don't keep it inside, because if you keep it inside, it will fester. It will all kind of bottle up and it will kind of boil up to the top, and then eventually you will crack, you will burst, and it can manifest into something a lot worse. So speak out, talk to someone, and get the help that you need. I know it's scary sometimes, you know, thinking of going to a counsellor or speaking to someone about your issues. There's no shame in it. You know, a lot of people are probably going through the same thing that you are, so just speak out and let people know what you're going through. So I guess my next tip is to be open to change. At university, when you go there for the first time, you meet so many different people from all walks of life. I cannot explain to you. When I went there, I was just amazed at the diverse group of people that came to universities. People from all over the world, people of different races, people of different sexualities, people of different heights, you know, weights, different characteristics. I found it so refreshing, because I feel like when you go to school and college, you're kind of, you know, what's perceived as popular and what's perceived as normal against people who are quite alternative, who are a bit unconventional, a bit weird as they call it, you know. And when I went to university, I saw people that were similar to me, who were weird just like me, and be open to it, because you can learn so much from these people. These people are coming from all different walks of life, different experiences, and you can learn so much from them, you know. And be open to change as well, because when you meet these people, then you yourself can sometimes change and be influenced and be encouraged by the things that they've achieved in their life or the things that they've been through, and it can have a positive impact on you. And I guess my final tip is to have fun. This goes without saying, you know, university is there to be experienced. If you do choose to go, it is the experience of a lifetime. I never knew that I would change as much as I did when I went to university. I never knew that I would learn so much about myself as I did. I've learned about more of who I am and the things that I like and the things that I don't like from university, and that's come from having experiences and meeting new people and having fun. And you know, it's not all work and exams and courseworks and dissertations, you know, it's there to be experienced, it's there to have fun. You know, go for a social with your football club, go out to that club on Friday night, you know, and have fun. Or if staying in is your thing, then stay in and play a game of Scrabble with your flatmate. Take a step back sometimes from all the work and the pressure and the crazy, and just take a step back and just find time for yourself and to have fun and to enjoy it, because it will go fast. I cannot explain to you how fast my university experience went. Like, I felt like I was just induction last week. I still remember the day clearly. Just take that time to step back and just, you know, drink it all in, as they say, and just have fun, because it really is a once in a lifetime experience, and before you know it, it'll be gone. And there you have it, guys. That is my tips on how to survive university. I hope you enjoyed it, and those of you who are going off to university in September, I hope you're looking forward to it, and I hope that my tips have given you something to think about. I hope you're feeling a bit more positive now and a bit more prepared. Those of you going to your third year, I hope I've let you know that to start your dissertation early. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do give it a thumbs up if you liked it, comment, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below the tip that you like the most, or maybe if you've got your own tips, feel free to share them down there. I'd love to read them. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.